Beckman.
Thank you, Paul. Hi again, everybody. Schlopy to kick it off. Ray Wilson deep for Illinois. Moves forward and puts his foot to it. Kicks it toward the far sideline. For a backup running back, Steve Brazis fumbles the ball at the 7, picks it up, and then is just slung to the turf right there at the 7-yard line by Brad Cochran. And so Illinois starts in very poor field position as Steve Brazis bobbles the opening kickoff, has trouble picking it up, and the Illini start at their own 7. Michigan football on your power station for all sports. WJR Detroit. Trudeau comes out at quarterback, 3 wideouts. He goes straight back to throw. Standing at the goal line, throws under pressure. The ball is tipped and intercepted by Lyles at the 15. And Lyles runs back upfield and is brought down by Thomas Brooks at the Illinois 12-yard line. Michigan comes up with a turnover on the game's first offensive play. Rogers, not expected to play, does get the start at tailback behind Eddie Garrett. And Rogers gets the call off the left side against that 4-3 Illinois defense. Pounds off left guard down to the 10 where he's brought down by the strong safety David Edwards. 2nd and 7, Michigan at the Illini 10. Bean split to the right, Marcray left. Now Marcray goes in motion right. Here's Zurbrugg tossing to Rogers, coming around the left side. Looks for a block from Zurbrugg, almost gets it, and then Rogers cuts upfield and has it down to the 5 before David Edwards made the stop. Then at fullback for Michigan. But the handoff to Rogers straight up the middle. He was hit by Taggart, but fought his way forward close to that first down stake at the 3-yard line. Down for Michigan at the Illinois 3-yard line after the measurement by the official. I get some more beef up front with Ron Baum at defensive tackle. Michigan on offense goes with 2 tight ends. Sim Nelson left, Eric Caddis right. Perriman on a wing right, Garrett and Rogers in the I. Perriman in motion left, and here's Zurbrugg, gives to Rogers, trap up the middle, but he's not going far. He was met by Ellsworth, the middle linebacker, and Taggart, the second middle linebacker.
Didn't really speak about the Big Ten schedule today, but big game between Ohio State and Wisconsin at Wisconsin.
Sim Nelson on the right. Armstrong is now the wing fullback on the right. Garrett and Rogers in the I. Armstrong goes in motion left. Here's the option. Toss to Rogers going around the right. He's trying to outrun a corner to the end zone, and he does. Rick Rogers takes it in 2 yards, and Michigan has gone on top of Illinois, going 13 yards in 5 plays after the interception by Rodney Lyles. 6-0 Wolverines. Rogers just had fluid removed from his bad knee on Thursday. Bo said yesterday he didn't think Rick could play today, but Rogers has sucked it up and he's in there. Bob Bergeron out to attempt the extra point. Herrick snap is placed down by Bergeron. The kick is up and good. And with 12:17 to go in the first quarter, our score, Michigan 7, Illinois nothing. We pause for this word on the Michigan Football Network. Here's his kick, and this is a long booming kick with the wind. Back out of the field of play on the fly over the head of Ray Wilson. And so the ball will come out to the 30-yard line under that new rule in NCAA play this year. Back one setback, Rooks, who gets the call on a draw play and goes off left guard, and he's hit by Al Sinsich. Down he goes at the 31. The only other man who rushed for 1,000 yards in Illini history is J.C. Caroline. Here comes Rooks up the middle on a little counter play, and he's up over the 40. Cuts to the outside at the 45. He's got a first down to the 47 before Garland Rivers made the stop for Michigan. Good running by Thomas Rooks, showing a lot of moves cutting up the middle for 16 yards. Go to throw. He's looking, flips it short. It is caught over midfield. It will be just short of a first down. Rodney Lyles coming up to make the tackle on the tight end Bozo, of whom we were just speaking. Starting. Williams goes out. Don Passmore in at 1 wide out. David Boatwright also split left. Ray Wilson, the halfback, to the right, but the handoff is to the single back Rooks straight up the middle, and he did not get the first down. Campbell, the freshman, at the free safety. 3rd and 1 setback again. It's Rooks directly behind the quarterback Trudeau. Rooks gets the call up the middle. He's met at the line but fights forward, and he's got a first down to the 42-yard line. Hit middle guard for Sinsich, and back goes Trudeau to throw. Stands in the pocket, fires over the middle short to Williams. Got it, cuts upfield inside the 35, inside the 30, and he's finally brought down by Doug Mallory at the Michigan 29 or 28-yard line. Ends, hand off to Rooks up the middle. Nate Rogers hits him at the line. Rooks powers his way forward for a couple down to the 26. Rooks, toss sweep. Rooks around the right. Hit from behind by Al Sinsich. And hauled down as he crossed the 25 to the 23. And up on Rodney Lyles, and back to throw goes Trudeau. Flips it to Williams. He's open inside the 20. Is hit at the 17 by Campbell and spins forward to the 15 for a first down. Rooks, the lone setback. And the tight end, Jerry Reese, jumps offside before the snap. We've got flags thrown, and the Illini will be penalized 5 yards.
I'm sure that was a big boost for Michigan getting that touchdown, that big break down at the 13-yard line on the early part of the ball game, and then going to punch it in and score after not scoring last week at Iowa. To put this into perspective, the last time Illinois came in here, Michigan scored 70 points against them back in 1981.
15 now at the 19. And here's a draw play to Rooks going up the middle, and he's going to be hauled down for a loss back outside the 20. Stand up front, and back goes Trudeau. Blitz coming from Scarselli. He's running out to the right. He stops at the 25, fires, and the ball is caught near the 12-yard line by a diving David Williams, who had Tim Anderson and Mallory diving in front of him, Doug Mallory, but he made the catch at the 12-yard line for a gain of 8.
I thought Doug Mallory was going to pick the ball off or at least bat it down. He leaped for it, and then next thing you know, there's the ball in the hands of the receiver, pass completion at the 12-yard line.
Yard line of Michigan. Illinois splits Passmore wide to the left along with Boatwright. Split out short to the right, Williams, and back to throw goes Trudeau. Blitz coming again from Scarselli. He rolls to his left. Chased by Nate Rogers, throws it up in the end zone and out of the field of play, no good. As that pass rush pressure from Scarselli and Nate Rogers and Kevin Brooks forced Trudeau to throw it away, and Illinois will have to settle for a field goal attempt. Field. And Chris White, the all Big Ten kicker from a year ago, comes onto the field to attempt a field goal. He has made 19 out of 21 this year. And the attempt this time with backup quarterback Ken Cruz holding will be 29 yards from the right hash.
He's 9 out of 10 from this distance this year, between 20 and 29 yards.
Here's the snap. Cruz has it down. The kick is up. It's certainly long enough into that wind, and it's good. So the Illini drive 58 yards in 13 plays, but the drive stalls, and they have to settle for a field goal. Michigan 7, Illinois 3, and we pause for this. Fumbles the ball, picks it up at the 2, goes to his right, breaks a tackle at the 5, another at the 10, and then he's hauled down from behind as he got it up to the 15-yard line. Michigan goes with only one wide out. That's Galvani Johnson. Check it, Vince Bean, who comes in motion left. Zerbrug hands it to Rogers, trying to go around the right. Hemmed in by Taggart, cuts it back inside, and has it out to about the 17 or 18-yard line. The second tight end checks out. Triando Marcray in, splits wide left. Bean to the right. Eddie Garrett, Rick Rogers in the eye. Rogers has carried every play for Michigan. Zerbrug fakes to Rogers and goes back. He's unloading it deep for Vince Bean down the right sideline, but it is overthrown down at the Illinois 35-yard line. He had a step on John Ayers back there and Craig Swope, but Zerbrug put it up in that wind, and the ball wound up sailing 45, check it, 55 yards with that wind, and was overthrown. Winded, Paul Yokishin splits to the left along with Marcray. Third down, Michigan, and back goes Zerbrug to throw. He's looking, swings it out left side to Rogers on the run, got it at the 20, and then cuts upfield and dives forward over the 25 for a first down. For 61 yards and 3 interceptions. He is 1 out of 2 so far today. One wide out, Marcray comes in motion left with 2 tight ends. Option right, Zerbrug's going to keep it and be stormed to the ground by 4 Illini at the 24-yard line. Loss of 2 to the 24. It's second down and 12. Zerbrug calls the signals with Garrett and Rogers behind him, runs option left, but gives it on the first option to Garrett, and he's just mowed over by 4 Illini at the 26. Michigan at its own 27. Marcray split wide side right, Bean to the left. The I formation with Perriman at fullback, and back goes Zerbrug against a blitz, fires, and the ball is caught by Marcray on a little curl pattern at the 40-yard line. He's hit immediately out there by John Ayers, but he's got it for 13 yards and a first down. Him up the middle. He's up over the 45, hit by Gleamy and David Edwards, and down he goes around the 47. Garrett picks his way up the middle over midfield. First down, Michigan, before the tackle was finally made by Mike Heaven. On a 47-yard line. Garrett and Rogers in the eye. Bean split left, Marcray right. Sim Nelson, the tight end on the right, and Zerbrug goes straight back to throw. Looks on the curl to Marcray again. He's got it at the 35, and then falls back upfield to the 37, and that's going to be close to another first down. Michigan, the Illini 36, and Illinois packs 7 men at the line. Toss to Rogers, sweeping left, and Rick's going to throw it. Left-handed for Marcray, no good at the 5-yard line. He just overthrew it. Oh, boy. I have never seen Michigan pull a play like that under Bo Schembechler, and even though it fell incomplete, listen to this crowd at Michigan Stadium. They love it. A first down, halfback option pass.
Well, when your ball club has scored 72 points in 5 Big Ten games, you got to do something, right?
Garrett and Rogers behind Zerbrug. Here comes option left. Zerbrug going to keep it. Cut upfield. spins away from one man. He's inside the 30 and finally run out of bounds by the middle linebacker Ellsworth at the Illini 27. 1, two tight ends, Nelson on the right, Caddis on the left. Quick snap count, give to Rogers, big hole up the middle. He's all the way down to the 20 before Craig Swope brought him down with some help from the strong side linebacker Bob Sebring, but it was too late for Illinois as Rogers got 7 yards and a first down. Michigan now 4 out of 4 in third down conversions on the ball game. They got it 1st and 10 at the 20 of Illinois. Hand off to Rogers, picks his way behind a block by James, now cuts to his left and has it down near the 16-yard line. Backers for Illinois, Taggart in the middle, Tucker Jenkins and Dwayne Pugh outside. I formation, Zerbrugg calling the signals. The clock runs down, whistles blow, and that'll be the end of the first quarter from here at Michigan Stadium. A good quarter for Michigan. 1 quarter of play completed with a score. The Wolverines 7 and the Illini 3. We'll pause for this word. A wing left, coming in motion right, and Zerbrugg rolling out to his left, and he wants to throw. Being rushed back outside the 20, eludes one man, now cuts up the sideline inside the 15, dives forward inside the 10, but they're going to rule that he stepped out of bounds back on the 15-yard line. So he will not get the first down. They'll rule him out of bounds around the 15 for a loss on the play. It'll bring up 4th down, and the Wolverines will have to attempt a field goal. Mark at the 22-yard line.
Hope he can remember how to do it. It's been so long.
He's hit 5 out of 6 on the year. This will be a 32-yard attempt. Wind blowing in his face, but it's a short enough kick that shouldn't matter. Herrick snaps it. Schlopey puts it down. Bergeron's got it up. Awfully high, awfully long, awfully good. 13:55 to go in the first half. Michigan has increased that lead to 7. Our score, the Wolverines 10, Illinois 3. Runs it up over the 20, 25, hit twice, and down he goes at about the 27-yard line. 2nd and 8, Illinois its own 30, and back goes Trudeau to throw. Throws left side short, caught by David Williams, cuts back inside, and has it up over the 40 for a first down to the 41. The ball squirts loose as Williams hits the ground, but they'll make this one a completion to the 41-yard line. Dave Meredith came back upfield to make the tackle. Next out of the lineup, Passmore in. Splitting to the left along with Boatwright. And back goes Trudeau. Fakes the draw to Rooks. Looking over the middle. Caught by the tight end Boso at the 45. Hit immediately by Mallory, and down he goes. It's into a slot wide side to the right. Randy Grant wide to the right. And here's Trudeau rolling out to throw. Flips it to Williams, and he's hit immediately as he caught the ball at the 47. Hit by Brad Cochran. And down he goes after a short gain of 3. The 47, and Trudeau goes back to throw. Getting a rush, throws right side off the fingertips of his tight end Reese. It is incomplete. The pressure was coming from Sincic up the middle, along with Scarcelli and Hammerstein. And this crowd gives the Wolverine defense another standing ovation as it leaves the field after holding Illinois. Michigan has 8 men at the line. Now they pinch two more men up there. Little awaiting the snap at his own 32, gets it. He'll be kicking with the wind now. Hits a line drive shot. It's a bullet that'll land in the end zone. Eric Campbell never had a chance to get that one.
Rain in Madison in the second quarter. Wisconsin 7, Ohio State nothing. That's the only game that's underway right now in the Big Ten.
Prey and Bean to the left, Perriman. And Gerald White in the backfield. And here's a toss to White. Trying to sweep the right, but he's hemmed in, and he's going to be dropped for a loss at the 19-yard line. Boy, he did a good job just to get it back to the 19. Right. The backs are in a power right. Perriman and White. Back to throw goes Zerbrugg. He's looking, throws left sideline, but there's no receiver there. And George Arvanitis drops deep. Robbins gets the snap from Herrick. No pressure and kicks it away. A good kick into the wind. Hanging up at the 35, grabbed by Arvanitis. Looks to his right, heads for the sideline, but he's hit by Cochran. And down he goes at the 37 after just a 2-yard return. Goes Trudeau. He's looking. Standing in the pocket, going deep, right sideline for Randy Grant. Garland Rivers back there, and Rivers bats it away, and a flag goes down. Well, we'll see what this call's about, whether it goes against Grant or Rivers. They were bumping each other down there. Either way.
Shows you what I know.
Well, I'll tell you what, Grant could not have gotten to that ball. By the way, Kevin Brooks is back in that Michigan defensive line, along with Hammerstein and Al Sincic. Back goes Trudeau, the draw play to Rooks. High stepping it up the middle, down the right side, up inside the 40, the 35. He's the lone setback. Back goes Trudeau, standing in the pocket. Rifles one toward the right side, and up goes Williams to make a good catch at the 20. And then he's hit by Garland Rivers, but it'll be another first down for Illinois. And Williams split right, but the handoff is up the middle to Rooks. He is met as he crossed the line by Mike Mallory, and down he goes at the 15. Split to the right. Williams out left. And here's the draw play again, and Rooks has running room inside the 10 before Anderson and Mallory haul him down at the 9 or the 8. It'll be another first down for Illinois. And out split right. Here comes Wilson cutting up the middle behind a block from Jackie Johnson. Chopped down by Meredith. Tackle made secure by the two Mallory boys at the 4. And for Michigan, second and goal at the 4. Here's Wilson. Same play off the right side. He's going down and in for a touchdown, Illinois. Ray Wilson goes 4 yards off the right side, and the Illini have pulled back to within 1. If Chris White can hit the extra point, this thing will be all knotted up. Illinois just marched right down the field and took it in. Big penalty thrown in as well, the 15-yarder for interference. Chris White is 20 out of 21 on extra point attempts. Cruz to hold, the backup quarterback at the 10. Here's the snap. Cruz has it down. White's got it up, and the kick is good, and we've got a brand new ball game. 8:35 left in the first half at Michigan Stadium. And our score now is Michigan 10, Illinois 10. We'll be right back. Johnson near the right sideline at about the 8. Standing deep at the 1. In the middle of the field is Jamie Morris. Ball blew off the tee for Chris White, and so he's got to reset it and try to put it in play all over again. 10-10 our score, 8:35 to go first half.
And the ball's off the tee again. See if White can boom this one out of the end zone. He's got the wind at his back. Of course, Michigan in this instance would love to get a good run back, an excellent field position after they find themselves in a tie now. They'd like to get a little momentum reestablished in their favor. Now they're going to have somebody come in and hold the ball for White as he gets set to kick it from the tee at the 40.
Ed White is holding it for Chris White. And he moves forward and kicks it away for his father, Mike White. Deep kick sailing into the end zone. Lands in the end zone and out of the field of play. Here's Zerbrug running the option right on first down. Going to keep it himself. Cut up field to the 25. He's hit there by Taggart, the middle linebacker, and goes down at the 26. Play 2nd and 3 at the 27 for Michigan. And here's a handoff to Gerald White. Picks his way up the middle. Got a hole over the 30, out to the 35.
In that example, you know, they were stuffed so many times last week without getting first downs after they regained possession of the football.
Gleamy out of the lineup at linebacker, replaced by Dwayne Pugh. Mark Cray in for Michigan, split to the left. Bean has the short side of the field right. The ball on the right hash. Perriman and Gerald White in that backfield. And here comes the option left, and Zerbrug's got running room upfield 40. He's necktied by Swope and goes down as he crossed the 45 to about the 46. Already up over 100 this afternoon. First down at the 46. And here's a handoff straight up the middle to White. He runs away from one man and then runs into David Edwards and has to cut upfield, has it to midfield for a gain of about 4. Brug's going to run the option to the right. He's going to keep it again. He's inside the 45. He's tripped up from behind and falls forward inside the 40 to about the 38. And Dwayne Pugh saved a lot more yardage by clipping his heels. And here's Zerbrug handing it off to Perriman on the option left, and Perriman's inside the 35 and pulls his way down to the 31 before he's brought down by John Ayers. He's in that defensive line as well now. 2nd and 3 Michigan. It's option right. Zerbrug pitches late to White coming around the corner. 30, 25 out of bounds. They'll mark him out around the 25, but that'll be another first down for Michigan. Picking his way up the middle behind Tabachino. Illini 21. Perriman and Gerald White in the backfield in the eye. Marcray goes in motion left. Zerbrug running the option, and he's not going anywhere. He was third down situation for Michigan in this drive. Zerbrug going back to throw. He's got a little time. Throws left sideline, and the ball's batted away. It's incomplete inside the 15-yard line, intended for Gilvandi Johnson, and John Ayers made a good defensive play to knock the ball down. Yards away directly in the center of the field. Todd Schlopey will hold it. Herrick will snap it. Michigan trying to take the lead with under 4 minutes to go in the half. Kind of a poor snap, but Schlopey's got it down. Bergeron's got it up. Long enough into that wind, and it's good. And Bob Bergeron does it again, his second field goal of the afternoon. Michigan driving 57 yards in 11 plays to take the lead with 3:49 to go in the half. Michigan 13, Illinois 10, and we'll pause for this word. Panthers back goes Trudeau, throws right side, and the ball is caught over midfield. It'll be a first down for the Illini as Trudeau really laid it in nicely for his wide receiver, Randy Grant. Eric Campbell there on the coverage, a little late. Down and 10 at the Michigan 49. Both teams have punted just once today. Back goes Trudeau. Here's the draw play to Rooks, trying to bounce it outside. Going to be hit for a loss by Rodney Lyles back at his own 49, a loss of 2. Trudeau under some heavy pressure inside his own 35, throws a wounded duck that's caught by Williams at the Michigan 41, and then he is chopped down by Brad Cochran That'll be 2 yards short of a first down, but I want to tell you, Sincich and Brooks had him almost dead to rights back inside his own 35, and he just threw it up, and Williams made a great move to just come back for the ball. Right is in. Here's a toss to Rooks, trying to sweep the left for that first down. He's got it and more. He's got it down to the 35 before he's cut down by Mike Mallory. Trudeau rolling to his right, wants to throw, going deep for Randy Grant on the post in the end zone. Double coverage back there, and Grant can't get to it. Second down, the Illini 10 to go. Rooks in motion to the right, stops and gets a toss, trying to sweep the other way to the left, and Rodney Lyles has him wrapped up back in there. Wyckoff splits to the right with Williams. Grant split left, and back goes Trudeau to throw on third down. Fires, and this one's intercepted by Cochran at the 25. He's going to take it back up the sideline to the Illinois territory, inside the 40, inside the 35, and he's finally hauled down by Trudeau at the Illinois 26-yard line. Brad Cochran just cutting in front of the intended receiver. Hauled it in at the 25, ran it back the other way for a 49-yard return to the Illini 26. And now with 48 seconds to go in the half, Michigan is threatening to extend that lead. A touchdown that put them ahead 19-0. Now Michigan with that 13-10 lead has first down at the Illinois 26. Zurbrugg running the option right, cuts upfield, hit by the middle linebacker Sam Ellsworth. Down he goes at the 21. It'll be seconds left in the half. So with the score, Michigan 13, Illinois 10. Let's pause a moment. Ball on the right hash. Both wideouts, Bean and Marcray split right. Garrett and Rogers in the eye behind Zurbrugg, who's going straight back to throw. Blitz coming backside. He's blindsided. Oh, did he get hit by Mike Heaven, the quarterback, back at the 32-yard line. 16 now for Michigan at the Illini 32 with 33 seconds left in the half. And Zurbrug's going back to throw. Blitz coming again. He unloads it deep. Left sideline. Marcray down there, but the ball's a little underthrown, and it winds up falling incomplete. Marcray coming back to play defender as John Ayers was on the coverage. Had a shot at the football, but Marcray batted it down. Forced to settle for a long field goal try by Bob Bergeron from the right hash mark.
Just died down a little bit here. I'm in the midst of the band and now occupying behind here the goalposts.
He's 2 for 2 from 50 yards or better, Frank.
And he's 2 for 2 in this ball game from the right hash. The ball placed down by Schlopey. Bergeron's got it up. Line drive shot, but it's sailing right at the goalposts, and it'll be no good. And so Michigan fails to take advantage of the interception and 49-yard return by Brad Cochran. And they turn over the football to Illinois with 24 seconds left in the half. Michigan still leading at 13-10. Goes straight back to throw. Has 3 wideouts split to the right. He's looking upfield, looking, got David Williams open inside the 40, fires it to him there. He's spinning away, circling back upfield, and then he spins to the ground at the Michigan 40-yard line with 13 seconds left in the half.
The thing is, Frank, you know they're going to pass because they set Rooks up as the lone setback way wide of his normal position, and there's no way he can carry the ball.
Have had the ball 1st and 10 at the Wolverine 40. Trudeau with 3 wideouts again goes back to throw. Sets up, throws deep down the right sideline. It's way overthrown, and Garland Rivers threw a shoulder into Randy Grant as he was coming down the sideline. It was right in front of the Illini rooting section over there. And that's why you hear the booing. But that ball was way overthrown, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 9 seconds left in the half. Yard field goal attempt by Chris White with 9 seconds left in the half. Now remember, the holder is Ken Cruz, who is a backup quarterback and who's thrown 24 passes this year. Big win at White's back.
He's 1 for 1 from 50 or better. That was a 52-yarder.
57-yard attempt out of the hold by Cruz. Scully to snap it. There it is. Cruz has it down. White's going to kick it. It's high, it's end over end, and it's long, but it's wide to the right, and it is no good with 3 seconds left in the half. Warren Pierce, did he have the leg on that one?
He did, but it would have been short. Had it been in the right position, it would have just gone under the crossbar. So it was a little wide to the right and just a little bit short.
Zurbrugg going back to throw. He's going to fire it on the last play of the half for Bean. Down the middle, no good at the Illinois 30, and that'll be the end of the first half. End of the first half here at Michigan Stadium, and the underdog Wolverines are on top. Our halftime score, Michigan 13, Illinois 10, and Bill Steggeth will be back to start our halftime festivities after these words. Line, he fumbled again, picks it up the right sideline, 15, 20, out over the 30, White hits him, and Morris cuts it up over the 35 to about the 36 or 37. is the fullback and Rick Rogers the tailback. And here comes Rogers right up the middle. He was met by T. Fatiller as he got to the 40 and in. He splits wide side left, Bean short side right. 2nd and 7, Wolverines, their own 41. In motion goes Johnson to the far side of the field. Toss to Rogers, sweeping the left. Gets a good block from Perriman, trying to turn the corner, but 3 Illini are there. And Rogers stumbles as he tries to cut upfield. David Edwards makes the stop. Field had his knees chopped out by Bob Perriman, the Michigan fullback, and Ayers is Aiken.
Frank, that time Chris Zerbrug, the quarterback, again came out to try to help out the blocking, but in that instance, there wasn't really too much he could do. He
got Bean split left, Marcray right. And back goes Zerbrug to throw on 3rd down. He stands in the pocket, throws to the sideline. Rogers goes up and makes the catch near midfield. He was then hit immediately by Heaven, but he's got a first down to the 49-yard line. Michigan at its own 49. Zerbrug running option right, got running room again, turns the corner, runs outside of Avery, down inside the 40, up the sideline. He's inside the 35 and finally run out of bounds by Todd Avery at the Illinois 32-yard line. In the eye, and here's Zerbrug given to Perriman straight up the middle. He's inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line, maybe the 26. For Michigan at the Illini 26. Here's Rogers getting the handoff deep at tailback, comes straight up the middle. He was hit as he crossed the line, but fights forward to about the 21, and it looks like he's got another first down.
Of course, a little different running the 40. I think Steve Smith's time on the 40 was like 4.35 or 4.4, which is awfully quick.
Right hash, first down Michigan at the 21. Marcray split wide side left, Bean to the right. Perriman and Rogers in the backfield. Here comes the option. Toss to Rogers, coming around the left. He's inside the 20, tripped up though, and goes down at about the 18. Hit first by Mark Taggart, and then David Edwards came up from safety. The middle to Rogers. He bolts inside the 15 and is tripped up as he got to the 10 by Rob Gleamy. It's another first down for Michigan as Rick Rogers on the quick hitter goes 8 yards. And there's an example of what I was talking about just as we came back from the half. You run the option outside. It makes the defense think about that option play, and it spreads them out a little bit and opens up the middle for you. And Rogers shot through on that for 8 yards, just one play after Zerbrug had run the option. Galvani Johnson split to the right, Bean short side left. Rogers and Perriman in the eye. Here comes Galvani in motion. Hand up to Perriman up the middle, but he's wrapped up right at the line and goes down at about the 8. John Ayers going at it with Galvani Johnson. Rogers comes to separate the two. The officials threw a flag, and we may have offsetting penalties. We'll have to wait for our referee, Jim Kemmerling, to explain.
Frank, what you were saying earlier about the Michigan offensive line looking the best we've seen it all year. Remember, this is an offensive line that has had ingrained in them for several years that they've been in the program, all of these offensive line players, that they run option football. They're used to the option blocking. And this year they set up for more of a passing attack with Harbaugh, and they really had to get used to a different blocking system.
The call from Jim Kemmerling, the referee, is offsetting penalties of unsportsmanlike conduct, or personal foul rather. And so it's no harm, no foul after the play. 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8 for Michigan at the 8. Only one wide out, and that is Marcray split right, starting in motion. Option to the right. Zerbrug's going to keep it. Cut upfield to the 5. Hit by Ayers at the 1, but he's in. Touchdown, Michigan. Chris Zerbrug running the option to the right. Goes 8 yards, and Michigan goes up by a score of 19-10 with 11:01 to play in the 3rd quarter. They move 62 yards in 10 plays. And that was another Armour Star touchdown. He'll try to make you feel safer, Paul, with his extra point attempt out of the hold by Schlope. 19-10 our score. High snap, but Schlope's got it down. Bergeron's kick is up and good. With 11:01 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the score now, Michigan 20, Illinois 10, and we pause for this word. Here's the kick, high toward the sideline to Brazes. He'll take it at the 10, loses the ball, picks it up on the hop at the 15, and has it over the 20 to the 21, and boy, did Steve Brazes get a good hop right there. To the right, and the handoff is to Rooks, right up the middle, fights his way over the 25, out to the 27. Tripped up by Kevin Brooks and by Rodney Lyles, but it's a gain of 6 as the wave continues below us, heading in a clockwise direction around the north stands, now out to the east. The right, you got 2 tight ends, Anthony Williams and Bozo, and back goes Trudeau, quick out left side to Williams. He's got it for a first down. 0-10, Illinois, its own 33. Fake toss to Rooks, back goes Trudeau. Hit as he throws, complete to the tight end Bozo on the right side. He's wrapped up though by Scarcelli, and will be brought down around the 40-yard line, but it's a good gain of about 7 yards. The middle over the 45, first down Illinois to the 47. Illinois splits Wilson out wide to the right. Williams slot left, Grant wide left, Trudeau back to throw. Here comes Brooks, he fires right side, incomplete, under some heavy pressure from Kevin Brooks. Split out to the right now, sets himself directly behind Trudeau, takes a toss, trying to sweep the right, hemmed in, Garland Rivers hits him, and Rooks gets it to midfield, and that's all, a gain of 3. Hammerstein, who is tied for the team lead with Kevin Brooks, each with 5 sacks, checks back into that defensive line as the slow motion wave makes its way up the eastern stands toward the north end of the stadium. Third and 7 for the Illini. They are 3 out of 6 in these big third down situations in the first half. Ivan Hicks is checked in as a 5th defensive back for Michigan, and back goes Trudeau to throw. Looks for Williams. He's got him left side inside the 45. He's hit by Cochran at the 43. He is hauled down, and now it's just a matter of where they mark his forward progress. So hold on right here. It's 4th down, about 6 inches to go. They got Rooks as a lone setback. 2 tight ends in. Michigan jamming 6 men at the line. Trudeau's going to keep it. I don't think he got it. I don't think he made it. He went to the right, and he was shoved back. We're going to have to wait for him to mark the ball, but I think Michigan is held on 4th down at its own 43. But like I said, we're going to have to wait. Great penetration up the middle from Sincic for that key measurement.
Had to be inside the 43. It is not inside the 43. It's not a first
down.
down.
No, Michigan held him. Illinois fails on the 4th down gamble, and Michigan takes over the football on downs at their own 43-yard line. That defense has done it again. It's at the 44 because it's outside the 43-yard line with 8:18 to go in the third quarter. Bean splits wide to the right, Marcray to the left, the ball on the right hash. Perriman and Rogers in the eye behind Zerbrugge. He gives to Rogers up the middle, picking his way over the 45 out to about the 46, and that's about it. And in for Marcray, split to the right, Bean left. Now Johnson comes in motion left. Hand off to Rogers, off the right side, looks for a block from Miller, gets one, but then is tripped up by Ayers and is brought down after about a 1-yard gain. There's a late flag thrown on the play. We'll see what that is all about. Free Jim Hemmerling. Kemmerling says it is a personal foul against the Illini. Begin with 7:20 remaining in the third quarter. Todd Avery has replaced John Ayers on the one corner for Illinois. And back goes Zerbrugge to throw. He's looking, he's being chased, and he's going to be sacked outside the 45-yard line. Illini in tackles for losses, in sacks, and he's the #1 tackler in that defensive line. He got a big sack right there for a 9-yard loss.
Frank,
Split backfield now. Power to the right with Perriman and Rogers. And here's the draw play to Perriman, right side. Got some running room up the sideline, inside the 40. Leaps over a man at the 35 and goes down at the 32. After a gain of 14 yards, he leaped over Mike Heaven. But that will set Michigan up 3rd down and reasonable. 3rd and 5 to go at the Illini 32-yard line. 15 left third quarter. Michigan 3rd and 5 at the Illini 32. Marcray starts in motion, but it's a handoff to Rogers at left guard, and he dives down through 2 defenders inside the 30 to about the 28. By the Illini 29-yard line. Gerald White in at tailback replacing Rogers. A second fullback, Armstrong, wing left. Handoff, White up the middle, hit at the line, he didn't make it. The Illini stop Michigan. And so turnabout is fair play. Close, and our referee Jim Kemmerling indicates that the Illini have held. And the momentum shifts once again here in Ann Arbor. It's Rooks. And Rooks gets the handoff up the middle, hit by Sincic at the line, and tumbles forward to about the 30 or 31. A little to the left. Trudeau shouting something to his receivers. Facing 2nd and 8 at the 31. 2nd and 7, back he goes. He looks, he's throwing toward the right sideline. The ball is caught over midfield. Randy Grant, the former high school teammate of Jack Trudeau, went up and made the grab in between Cochran and Ivan Hicks and was bumped out of bounds at the Michigan 49. That right now he's at the Illinois bench. Back goes Trudeau, getting a rush from behind. Scarselli hits him, he fumbled the ball. There's a scramble for it at midfield. And let's see who's got it. It's Michigan's football. Jim Scarselli calls the fumble. He hit the quarterback Trudeau from behind. And it looked like Rodney Lyles came up with it. Lyles with his second turnover of the ball game, and Michigan gets it back at midfield with 4:57 to go in the third quarter. So Michigan gets it. Scarselli knocking it loose. Lyles recovering. 1st and 10 Michigan at midfield as momentum changes again. Here's Zerbrug running option left. Tosses it back to Gerald White, but he's hemmed in and will be brought down after a 1-yard gain to the Illini 49. 2nd and 9, Michigan, the Illini 49. Bean split left, Marcray to the right. Power left in the backfield, Rick Rogers back in. Draw play to Perriman, got some running room, cuts to the sideline. Inside the 45-40, keeps his feet, tries to cut back to the middle. Inside the 25 to the 22. First down, Michigan on the 27-yard run by Bob Perriman, the big fullback.
Well, Bob really hasn't seen a lot of action lately. Eddie Garrett has more or less beaten him out and seen the most action at that fullback spot. Now Mr. Perriman comes in here in the second half and gives a couple of big ground-gaining rip-offs against the Illini defense.
The Illini 22, here's Perriman again, and this time he's hit by Dave Ina in the backfield and knocked down for a loss at the 23 or 24. Perriman, 2nd and 11 Michigan at the Illini 23. Marcray starts in motion. Zerbrug runs the option, cuts up quickly through the middle, and is hit by Swope as he got to the 21. Down he goes after a 2-yard gain. Rogers, pro set, power left, back to throw. Goes Zerbrug. Got time. Rifles one, and is batted away at the 10-yard line by Mike Heaven. Intended down there for Vincent Bean. Bergeron's field goal attempt. He's made 2 in 3 attempts today. And he's going to try this one from about 38 yards away. In fact, it's exactly 38 yards away with the wind at his back. Todd Schlopy will hold it. Bergeron will kick it. Awaiting the snap from Dave Herrick. There it is, placed down. The kick is up, long enough, and it's good. Number 3 on the day for Bob Bergeron. Michigan goes 29 yards in 6 plays after the fumble recovery by Rodney Lyles. And now with 2:18 left in the third quarter, our score, Michigan 23, Illinois 10 on this, the Michigan Football Network. Be right back about that in a moment. Schlopy to kick it off now, a long end over end kick, sailing deep in the end zone, and it's going to land out of the field of play, I do believe. That was awfully close to the back line. It is out of the field of play, and the ball will come out to the 30 on that touchback. Second time in the ball game. On the gridiron, it's Michigan by 13 points over Illinois right now, 23-10 with 2:18 to go in the third quarter. Out under center, Bob Miller, and Trudeau's going straight back to throw. He's looking, going to be hit. Throw it as he's hit. Complete to Rooks. No, they're going to really trap him. Oh, boy, was Trudeau hit. He's shaken up. Hammerstein put the hit on him. Had him, it looked like, around the legs and pulled him down. And Trudeau was throwing the ball as he was falling and may have caught his arm. Cruz at quarterback, gives it to Rooks up the middle. Hit by Sincich and Lyles and Mike Mallory at the line. Down he goes. Little or no gain. It'll be 3rd and long for the Illini. Cruz has split Wilson out wide to the right. And it's a running play. They're not going to risk a throw. They toss it to Rooks, sweeping the right, and he slips and falls as he cuts upfield at the 34 with Tim Anderson all over him. And Illinois will be forced to punt again. Listen to this crowd giving the hand to the defense. The Wolverines hold the Illini. The Illini have struck just twice. Touchdown and field goal in the first half. That's it. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Little into punt, gets the snap, and gets his kick away. It's a line drive shot to Eric Campbell. Will wobble and hit at the 30 and then make a right turn and go out of bounds inside the 25 at about the 24. 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. Michigan enjoying a 23-10 lead. They do that. Let's check in with Warren Pierce, see if he's got an update on that injury to Illinois starting quarterback Jack Trudeau.
Jack seems to be just shaken up. He's got his helmet. He's pacing the sidelines. But interestingly, the fellow that I thought would never get back in this afternoon, John Ayers, is back out of the tunnel. They've got him taped. He's got his shoulder pads and his jersey on, so you may see him now on defense.
Here's a handoff to Gerald White, trying to go to the left on a misdirection play, and he's going to be wrestled to the ground right at the line of scrimmage, the 24 by Mike Heaven. 10 Michigan. Rogers now in there. Here's Zerbrug faking to Rogers, going back to throw. Deep right sideline. Marcray open. Oh, it fell off his fingertips at midfield, or he may have had a touchdown. He had gotten behind Todd Avery, who was in there replacing John Ayers, the man we've been talking about, who's been injured all afternoon. And had Marcray held on and turned it upfield, he had 6 points, plain and simple. Bean to the left, that short side of the field. Perriman and Rogers in the eye on 3rd and 10 at the 24, and back goes Zurbrugg. Got time going to Marcray, and this time he threw it poorly. Marcray had made a good cut to the middle of the field in front of Avery again, but Zurbrugg did not deliver the ball. One thing well there, they got that series done and are kicking it away with the wind before the quarter ends. With the wind now. Snap is a low one, but Robbins fields it well and gets the kick away. It's a poor kick. Line drive, short, hits at midfield, bounces inside the 40. They're going to let it roll. It's inside the 30, 20, inside the 15. Look at this. All the way down near the 11-yard line. Oh, how about that? The Illini let it roll, and that was a mistake. The ball hit at midfield and rolled 39 yards. Start this drive at their own 11 after the 65-yard punt by Robbins. Trudeau back in at quarterback. Gives to Rooks off the right side. Rooks has all kinds of running room. Breaks one tackle at the 15. Has it over the 20 to the 21, and that's going to be close to a first down. Before left, along with Boatwright. Williams to the right, and before the snap, Sincich jumps offside. Michigan is pointing at the Illinois players. And the tight end, Cap Bozo, is giving everyone a demonstration of what he was doing down on the line. He says, I just stood up and set myself again. We'll see what the officials say he was doing. Pinched nerve during the course of the year. 1st and 5 now, handoff to Rooks, and he doesn't go anywhere. For Illinois at their own 28. Split Boatwright out to the left along with Grant, who's in the slot. Williams short side right. Rooks alone setback. Trudeau back. Quick 2 steps. Fires it. It is complete to Grant up near the 35-yard line. Cochran comes up and neckties him to the ground at the 34, but at their own 34, and back goes Trudeau to throw. He's looking. He's hit as he throws, and it's intercepted by Mallory at the 40. Back upfield toward the sideline. 35, 30, 25, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 20. The Wolverines get their 3rd interception of a Jack Trudeau pass today. This one by Mallory, as Trudeau was hit just as he threw the ball. And Mike Mallory's 22-yard return puts Michigan in great shape at the Illinois 20-yard line with 13:32 left to play. That defense does it again. Michigan can tack another one on. They may have an insurmountable lead. Marcray starts in motion. Handoff to Rogers up the middle. He's hit at the line by Steve Nelson. Eric Caddis is checked in at tight end now. Perriman and Rogers in a power right in the backfield behind Zurbrugg, who goes back, is on a draw to Perriman. He comes upfield and ran into Big Jumbo Elliott, his tackle, then bounced forward and got it back to the line of scrimmage, and Sam Ellsworth wrapped him up there. Nelson, the tight end now, replacing Caddis. He's on the left. I formation for Zurbrugg on 3rd and 9. Chris calls the signals, gives it to Rogers, coming straight up the middle, inside the 15, down to the 14. So Bo buttons up the vest on that 3-piece suit of his, just moving it a little closer for Bob Bergeron to come out and try to make his 4th field goal of the football game. 1 yards from an angle severely to the right, from the right hash mark. Schlopy will hold it. Bergeron has hit kicks today of 32, 40, and 38 yards. Waiting the snap now from the freshman Herrick out of Indianapolis. He gets it back, a little low, but Schlopy's got it down. Bergeron's got it up. That's a great kick right there. Split the uprights right down the middle. Number 4 on the day for Bob Bergeron, who had only 5 field goals coming into the ball game all season long. 3, thank you very much. And with 11:25 remaining in the football game, our score now, Michigan 26, Illinois 10. And let's pause for this. For it, rather Schlopy does to kick it off. High kick, sails down, bounces at the 10, grabbed by Wilson at the 5. Goes to his right, hit once at the 15, and then he bounces off a man and is going to be hauled down at the 16 or 17-yard line by Steve Thiber. He needs 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions to get back in. And he gives on a draw to Rooks, and he hesitates when he gets the ball because he sees 4 Wolverines, just puts his head down, gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Anderson and Hammerstein. Trudeau back on 2nd and 9, swings it out right side, and the ball is dropped by Thomas Rooks out at about the 17. Rolls left, just tosses it, shovel pass forward to Rooks. He runs it up over the 25, out to the 29, and that's going to be a first down. Mike Mallory with the stop. Make it 18, says Jack Lake. 1st and 10 Illini, their own 29, and back goes Trudeau to throw, rolling to the right. He's looking up the sideline. Going to heave it deep for Randy Grant. The ball hangs up. Rivers back with him and bats it away. Garland Rivers again staying with Randy Grant on the coverage. And Illini at their own 29. Got Wilson split left. Wide to the right, Passmore and Boatwright. Long snap count here. It's a running play. Up the middle comes a new fullback, Jackie Johnson. Cuts it outside, 40, 45, 50. Inside the Michigan 40, steps out of bounds at the 39. And Illinois goes with the run when Michigan least expected. And Jackie Johnson, the new fullback, the junior out of La Palma, California, races up the sideline for a gain of 32 yards. Trudeau brings him to the line. 1st and 10 at the Michigan 39. 10:05 left, back he goes. Shuttle pass forward to Johnson this time. Inside the 35, then he's really stuck as he got to the 32 by Cochran. To Rook, sweeping short side right. Cuts upfield inside the 30, inside the 25. Thomas Rooks has it down to the 22. And off to Rooks again. Off the right side. He's got a little bit of blocking from Mark Dennis. Under 9 minutes left now, the clock running. 2nd and 7 Illini at the Michigan 19. Rooks alone setback. Was on the left, now shifts directly behind Trudeau, gets the handoff up the middle, and he's going to be hit by Mallory and brought down at the 18 after a gain of just a yard or so. And back goes Trudeau, swings it out, left side. The ball is caught by Anthony Williams, a tight end, and then he's going to be hauled down right at the 15 by Ivan Hicks on a great defensive play. He had a man for man, had him covered all the way. The ball was caught, but only for a gain of 3. It brings up 4th down and 3 for the Illini, and Mike White almost has to go for it here. 4th and 3, the Illini have to go for it. They trail by 16 with just over 7 minutes to play. Trudeau calling the signals, drops back and rolls to his right, fires on a slant to Williams, no good! No good, he did not hold it. Ivan Hicks was there, and Michigan has gotten the ball on downs again, and the defense gets another standing ovation.
Well, that time there was some pressure put on Trudeau, or at least he thought there was some. He unloaded the ball, I think, quicker than he had to.
If it's not premature with 7:10 to go. Michigan 26, Illinois 10. Marines go on offense again. I think it can bring that kind of roar. Zerbrug has Rogers and Perriman in the backfield, hands it to Rogers off the left side, but Guy Tiller, the tackle, is through there. He's got him for a loss back at the 13.
Frank,
2-yard loss.
As you might have guessed, that big roar we just heard coming through the stadium just before that play. For the 3rd time in the last 4 years, Wisconsin has beaten Ohio State. Final score in Madison in the pouring rain. Badgers 16, Buckeyes 14. Ohio State is probably out of the Big Ten race with 2 conference losses.
2nd and 12, Michigan will call it at the 13. Zerbrug runs the option left. Early pitch to Rogers trying to get outside, but he's hemmed in. Breaks a tackle back at the 10. He's out over the 15. Got it to the 18 where Bob Sebring finally made the stop. Wolverines, they've got about 7 to go from their own 18, and Zerbrug drops back to throw. Delivers it right sideline. The ball caught by Bean over the 25, and then he's run out of bounds as he gets up near the 30 by David Edwards. But it's a 1st down for Michigan. They keep the football, and they have a chance to eat some more time off that clock with a 16-point lead. Eric Caddis goes in at tight end. Sim Nelson comes out. And here's Mark Ray in motion as Zerbrug hands the ball deep to Rick Rogers. Comes straight up the middle and gets about 2 or 3 to the 33 where Guy Tiller came up to make the stop. 5 minutes left in the ball game. Mark Ray goes in motion, toss to Morris, sweeping the right, and he's going to be hit around the 30 or 31. Down he goes, the middle linebacker. Sam Ellsworth hauled him down. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Formation with Perriman and Rogers, and here's the option. A quick toss to Rogers around the right. Fights for yardage up the sideline over the 35, and then he lunges forward and falls out of bounds in the vicinity of the 39.
Reach back option.
Monty Robbins in to kick. He had a 46-yarder into this wind earlier in the ball game, and then with the wind and a great bounce, he had a 65-yarder on his 2nd kick. That's been it for the day. Arvanitis dropping deep for Illinois. Here's the snap. The Illini do not get through, and Robbins drills another one into that wind. Arvanitis waits for it, grabs it at the 20, and is hit immediately. Oh, what a play by the Wolverines. Dave Herrick, the freshman who snapped the football, then got downfield under that 41-yard kick and chopped down George Arvanitis. Fires down the middle. That ball is caught by the tight end Bozo over the 45. He's chopped down finally by Eric Campbell up at the 48.
Of course, they're throwing ice at one another. Brad Cochran had an ammonia towel over his head, and Jim Scarcelli, who's back in holding his right hamstring, but they're both back in and both playing.
And back to throw goes Trudeau on first down at his own 48. Getting a rush. Throws left side to Bozo. Got it. Hit immediately by Mike Mallory at the Michigan 48. It'll go as a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Looks again the lone setback. Trudeau with 3 wideouts all day goes back to throw. Looking over the middle. Flips it to Williams. Got it inside the 45. Turns inside of Lyles at the 40 and has it down to the 35. Chased by Nate Rogers. Swings it to Williams. He's got it. 12th catch. Inside the 25. Down to the 20. Hit by Cochran. First down, Illinois. The Michigan 20, 1st and 10. Back goes Trudeau. Got time, flips it up right side, and it is caught out of bounds by David Boatwright. Have they? No, none. No turnovers by Michigan today. I take it back. 2nd down and 10. Illinois as Trudeau shouts out instructions to his wide receivers and drops back to throw. He's being rushed by Rogers. Throws it up deep in the end zone. David Williams goes up and can't hold it. So it goes incomplete. Ivan Hicks was coming over and really busted Williams as the ball got there. 10, and back goes Trudeau from the Michigan 20 to throw. Rifles it, and it is caught inside the 10-yard line. That is going to be a first down. Good catch in traffic by Randy Grant. Now the official marks it back on the 9. It's 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions to tie. Back goes Trudeau. Looking right side, fires, and the ball is caught inside the 5. Down goes Bozo, the tight end, after the reception, but we have a flag in the backfield, and that usually means holding. And Michigan's praying that's the case here, and it is offensive holding against Illinois. Williams split left, Boatwright to the right. Jackie Johnson the lone setback, and back goes Trudeau. Got some time, rifles it on the post, off the hands of Williams. No good at the goal line. 3rd and goal at the 19. Michigan still leads by 16. And back goes Trudeau to throw. Stands in the pocket. Getting a rush now. Fires it in the end zone off the hands of Williams, and caught for a touchdown by Randy Grant on the deflection off the hands of David Williams. Oh, what great concentration by Randy Grant, who hauled it in for a 9-yard touchdown catch after Williams couldn't grab that slippery ball. Williams and Grant split left. Boatwright to the right. Jackie Johnson the lone setback. And here's Trudeau rolling to his right. Throws to his tight end Bozo at the 1. He lunges forward, is hit by 2 men, but he got in. Bozo got it in for the 2-point conversion. The Illini have converted. Well, the official went down in the pile of players, but just before he did, he held up both hands. Michigan 26, Illinois 18. Let's pause for this word. 10 men lined up to the left of Chris White. Here's an onside kick, and it is recovered by Marcray. In fact, he fields it at midfield and runs it back to the Illinois 45. Well, I'm a little bit surprised to see that with 1:59 left to go, and Illinois still with 3 times out on the board. Great job of fielding that hot, low kick. On Caddis and Sim Nelson, 2 tight ends in. Eddie Garrett, check that. That's Perriman at fullback in front of Rick Rogers, who gets the call, spins his way up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, has it to the 41 for a gain of 5, and the Illini call a timeout with 1:52 to go. As Giovanni Johnson starts in motion left. Here's the option, toss to Rogers, trying to turn the corner left side. He's inside the 40, fighting his way forward to the 37, where Sam Ellsworth finally brought him down. The Illini use their 2nd timeout with 1:43 left in the game. Michigan has the ball, 3rd and 1. At the Illini 37, a first down here, and it's over. The Illini only have 1 timeout left. Zerbrug turns, gives to Rogers, right side, bolts forward, is near that 35. I don't know if he made it, though. He was stopped by Mark Taggart, one of the inside linebackers who is in there. That's going to be awfully close to a first down. They're going to bring in the chains to measure, but in the meantime, Illinois has exercised its final timeout. And you can put it in the win column for the Wolverines. Here come the chains for that crucial measurement out at the Illini 35-yard line.
And if it isn't first down, you think Bo would go for it on
No
4th?
way. Again. First down, Wolverines. This one's all but over. All they got to do is fall on it now. I'll tell you what, while we got a chance. 1:36 to go. Michigan 26, Illinois 18. Let's pause for this word on the Michigan Football Network. Down to 51. Michigan's just got to fall on it a couple more times now, and it's all over. In fact, right now, they're going to get a delay of game penalty with 44 seconds left. They didn't get to the line on time.
Well, I guess now we can look forward to savoring this victory and thinking about Purdue next week and a trip to Ross-Ade Stadium to take on one of the better Boilermaker teams in several years, the best Boilermaker team that they've had under Leon Burtonette, their current head coach, Indiana.
Michigan lining up now at the 41. Zerbrug going to run the option. He's going to keep it, cut upfield inside the 40. Oh, is he hit by Edwards? He got to the 37. We're going to pause here, 15-second station identification on the Michigan Football Network. 10 seconds left in the ball game, and this crowd is on its feet to celebrate a Michigan victory. Listen to them chant it on. And that's it. That's it from Michigan Stadium. The Wolverines coming in here a field goal underdog against the Illini. Pull off the upset victory. They beat Illinois by a final score of 26-18. The players from both teams being mobbed down on the field. Let's see if we can get a final word from Warren Pierce.
It really built slow here this afternoon. The crowd, even in the parking lot in the tailgate area, kind of subdued. Even in the first quarter, they really didn't get into the game, but it built in a beautiful afternoon. As the temperature warmed, so did the crowd. It raised from 67 degrees when we began here at 11 o'clock this morning to 77 degrees, and that, if that's correct, it will be the warmest October date ever. So it was almost like a summer afternoon, everybody enjoying themselves. I know, Paul, you mentioned that some of the crowd leaving early, but as I look around now here, it seemed like very few left, really, maybe a couple thousand, but the majority of the over 100,000 remained to watch the final seconds tick off, and a Michigan victory this afternoon.
Victory for this Wolverine team as they hand the Illini their 4th defeat on the road this year. Score again this afternoon, Michigan 26. Illinois 18.
Okay, final score 26-18 here at this Illinois game. A whole lot better than it was last year. Jim Harbaugh, I guess you're out for the season. Does this mean you're a member of the original cast or what?
I think so, yeah. It's an old joke. We've all heard it before.
Yes, we have. And that's the last time anyone's going to hear it from me. Okay, give me a synopsis quickly of what you thought of this football game.
It was a great offense and defensive game, and I think the main thing is it puts us back in a bowl picture, and it's great to see. I think our offense really took advantage of Illinois' defense by running the option. You know, when a team like Illinois plays that much man-to-man coverage, they don't have hard support in the secondary, and I think that's why the play went.
Unbelievable, right towards the end. How about that last score? Was that a surprise?
That was great. And I also got to give a lot of credit to the defense, Mike Mallory and Red Lyles and Brad Cochran, who came up with an interception. So it was just great to see. I loved it.
Do you think they picked their permanent replacement for you for this season?
Yeah, I'm out for the season.
Well, listen, now, next week it's down to Purdue. They're called the Spoilermaker sometime. Yeah. We're going to be playing on their turf, and it's real earth down there. What do you think's going to happen?
Oh, I don't know. You know, just we'll see. It'll be a good ball game because they have a heck of a team.
It sure will be, and we'll be there with some of the color and excitement to see what happens in foreign territory. Thank you very much, Jim.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Right.
And we'll see you in West Lafayette next week with more highlights from the '84 season.